What's up, world? We're back with a new episode. Everybody laughs when I do that. What's up, world? I go by DJ Ollie Red, and we are now tuned into the newest episode of the All Things House podcast. Tonight, we got a very special guest all the way up from LA.
Yep.
Introduce yourself.
La La Land, Juliet Mendoza.
What is up? How you doing?
I'm doing really good.
Hell
Thank you.
Thank you for coming down. Thank you for coming down. Yeah. So, in the beginnings, we like to kind of go over your beginnings of the musical journey, kind of how you discovered house music. So we can start from there.
Sure. So I come from a very musical family. My mom is huge disco queen, disco dancer, did a lot of competitive disco dancing back in the day. And then my stepdad that raised me, he's a musician, so he plays a lot of different instruments. So just from, at a young age, I listened to everything from like blues, punk, rock, new wave, everything. I think my journey in house started when I was, when I was 12.
12.
When I was 12 years old, I remember playing with my friend outside, and his brother and his little crew of friends. He had an older brother. They were outside in the patio of where he lived, and they were listening to music. But I was like, what is this?
Yeah.
I had never heard anything like it before. And it was trance.
Okay.
And so I was like, what is this? It's so weird. And I remember they were like dancing and they were like doing this whole thing. And I was like, dude, this is really cool. And so then I asked my friend's brother, I was like, what is this? And he was like, let me give you a tape. And of course, back in the day, that's how you got your music, right?
Yeah,
it was
for sure.
The mixtapes, everybody wanted that new tape. Where's that tape at? So it started with that. When I turned 13, I found out that there was a club called Arena, and it was an all ages club back in the day. And so I had a bunch of friends and my cousin from Texas that we would take off and go to this club. And my first time being there, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. It was literally like just all kinds of everything in there, like straight, gay, Latin, white, black, everything. And it was hard house. So it was like Richard Vision, Bad Boy Bill, like super just hard Chicago hard house.
Yeah.
And that was back in the party crew days. So at the age of 13, I got into a party crew.
Dang.
And I started dancing at clubs. And so Arena was my first home that I danced at. And then from that, I would go to things like Carnival. That was another club that was in downtown LA. It was an all ages club at the Alexandria Hotel. And we would do like Purple Shield. We would do like all these, Rebel Familia parties. Like everybody, would run around all over the city to try to get to these like ditching parties or whatever. So that was kind of like the beginning of my journey. And being part of that crew, my boys, we would always take off and walk or take the bus to Melrose and go record shopping. So the boys in the crew were always like, you should learn how to spin. You should learn how to spin. So at the age of 13, 14, 15, like within those 3 years, we would go out, party, and then they would teach me how to play records.
Yeah, dope.
But I liked the dancing more. So I didn't do the record spinning back then. So I did more of the dancing. And then in my 20s, I had like a really big life changing experience happen. And I needed to find something that I could do at home because I really couldn't leave my house. And so I remember being like, you know what? I'm going to take all my parents' records. They had left me all their records. And so I took all the records and then I posted on Facebook. I was like, hey, does anybody have turntables that they could sell me or whatever? And my ex actually was like, hey, I have these two turntables and a mixer if you want them for $50.
Damn, the come up.
Right? So I was like, yes. And so he gave me those. And I remember I took them home and I was in the living room and had them on the floor and just started playing my parents' records. And this is not house music. This was all like, oldies, funk, soul, classic rock, disco, things like that. And then I was like, man, you know what? let me go get some house records. And then I started playing house records, and I would just do it at home. And I would go, digging with a couple of the DJs that were out in LA. David Montoya, shout out to David Montoya. He actually was one of those people that took me out and took me record shopping and kind of showed me like, oh, this is what you want to look for. Like, it's not only about the artist, there's also labels. And like on a label, you can find so many, different things on one label. Like there's all these different artists that have different flavors and, so forth. So he's the one that kind of got me going down the rabbit hole.
Of finding, digging, and
cool. So
at this time, what on what years was this? I usually said it was all vinyl, so it was...
I was 25. So that was about, oh my gosh, that was, let me see, like 15 years ago.
Okay.
So
2002-ish? No, that's less than that. Math isn't good. Math is never my strong sport. Okay, 7. Okay.
2008, 2007, I want to say.
That was right around the time when things started transitioning into more MP3 series, right?
Yes.
But obviously you learned on vinyl.
On vinyl first, yeah.
Do you see for like some of the newer DJs, do you find it your skills or your ears a little better because of the vinyl compared to the MP3 on like making corrections and stuff like that?
Ooh, I think that you have to have a certain type of trained ear when you play vinyl. Mm-hmm. And so it really does help you when you play, MP3, on a CDJ because it's a lot easier to manipulate the music, I feel, with a CDJ. Yep. You can do so much to it, and then on vinyl, it's like, if you touch it wrong, like the whole thing, that's it. You're going to train wreck the shit out of everything. So, you have to be super careful. But I think that, I just had a conversation the other day about this, and my friend was being funny and calling me a music snob, but just being funny. Yeah. But I'm not but the thing was, if you can, just play your heart out and do it big and do it on CDJs, do it.
Yeah.
It's not about, I think that right now what's going on is that a lot of people are finding a way to express themselves, and if it's through music and they can do it a certain way, then why not do it?
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
So that's a big thing right now. But then there's also, I feel like the pandemic did bring on this thing of let me figure out this art of DJing with vinyl. Yeah. I think a lot of people really were like, yo, I've never put my hand on vinyl. I want to know what this is like, and started buying records and stuff. Yeah. So I think that's also a really it's a really beautiful thing to see, people actually doing that and kind of getting into that part of the DJing world, because there's a lot of music that people don't know about.
A lot.
And you're not going to find it on an MP3. So
yep. Mm-hmm. I had a discussion with my girlfriend the other day about finding dope tracks that are only on vinyl only. It's like you can scour the earth, the internet for it, and you can't find it. It's only like Discog, the website. It's only vinyl releases. So it's like the song is fire and I want to play it, but there's no place to play vinyl, 1 and 2. I mean, and they're gonna buy it real quick. I have it on my stick,
You're gonna have to buy it, and rip it.
Exactly.
You're gonna have to put it on something.
That's a whole nother step in the whole process.
Yeah.
But yeah, so getting back to your kind of beginning. So you kind of learned inside the crib, right? At what point did you leave the crib and start, going out and playing, or was there like a big process step?
So I had a boyfriend at the time that kind of pushed me to play out. Mm-hmm. I was just playing at home, and I was like, oh, I don't know about that. I just want to do it. It's like therapy for me. I don't want to play out or whatever. Yeah. And then my girlfriends threw this all women event, and it was all women vendors, and it was all music by women, and it was this whole thing. And so they were like, do you want to play records in the front? And I was like, yeah, let me do that. So it was really fun. I got to get dolled up, and it was this whole thing. And I played records, and it was my first time playing out, and there was hella train wrecking and all kinds of craziness, but it was an experience. Mm-hmm. And I grew from that. And that was my first time playing out. So from that time, when I had maybe about I want to say like a whole year passed from that.
Mm-hmm.
And my boyfriend at the time was like, you should really play out. And he had me do a mix, and somebody heard it, and then they were like, oh, you're playing music now. And I was like, yeah. And they were like, you should come out and I'll have you play at my party. So my first like debut in LA was at Los Globos in the Red Room for this party called For Those Who Know. And this guy, it's my really good friend Rudy that throws this party. He's known as Soul Rebel now.
Soul Rebel, okay.
He's really dope. Like he's one of the dopest soulful house DJs out there. For like, he's up there for me at least. I'm like, damn, he kills it. And so he had me play, and ever since then it was just an ongoing spiral from there. Like, yeah.
Hell yeah. How did that first night go? That playing?
It was amazing. Yeah. It was so much fun. Like, and then I'm a really big part of the dance community in LA. So a lot of dancers came out, and it was just a vibe. Like, it was so much fun. And I was like, dude, like, this is, I'm literally, it was very therapeutic. And it was also like, you know, one of those moments where like you want to cry, because it's like, oh shit, they're feeling what I feel. I'm getting to play the music that made me feel some kind of way, and they're feeling that right now. So that was very special for me. Yeah,
that's a good thing that I've felt or I experienced in DJing, being able to give, because you're essentially giving something to someone else to enjoy. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that thing is like, and then it's I can feel it in the air of everybody. Like I'm getting chills right now. I feel about it. you can feel it in the air how everyone is kind of connected by a beat. You know what I mean? Everybody's heart is on the same like rhythm together. You know?
Yeah.
It's a feeling that not many get to experience. Obviously, maybe you're a DJ or whatever, like arena, but like being able to like express your feeling out to them.
Yeah.
Magical, you know?
Yeah. The call and response is real.
Exactly.
Like that whole, like the conversation is.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's everything.
With no words. Is this a feeling, you know?
Yeah.
So from that on that point, you kind of went out playing more LA, I'm assuming, right? Mostly LA.
Yeah. It was just LA.
When did you start kind of branch out from LA? Didn't you mention that you were up in San Francisco often?
So we were up in the Bay a lot, but for dancing.
For dancing, okay.
Yeah.
How does that world translate into, obviously we know, but how does that world translate into the house music scene?
I think one of the biggest things that I noticed because of the dance world is the connections that I've been able to make in the house world, on the DJ side, on the back end, right? Just because, you know, you're that person that's shown face for so many years, and they know you as this person that's on the dance floor. And it's like, you know, all these pioneers and DJs that have been doing this thing forever, you know, you're at the front. If you're that person that's at the front, that's like, yo, you're giving me life right now.
Yeah.
Like, they're going to remember that. You know what I mean? And there's been like so many DJs that they tell you like, yo, sometimes there's that one person in the room that you concentrate on, and there's just that connection, and that's it. That's the night. It's a wrap, you know? So I've had plenty of moments where I'm just like, yo, I'm zoned out right now. Like, this is it. And I always made sure to say thank you.
That's big, very big.
So, you know, just this whole time, like since I was 13 years old, just meeting the DJs and saying thank you. Like, thank you for doing this for me, you know? It's made a lot of connections, because now that I play, it's like, oh, I remember you at such and such party. You know, like it's a thing, you know? For
sure. So we are back. Sorry for the noise, the dogs in the back there screaming, but she's all good. She's all good. All right, so getting back. We discussed kind of your beginnings. So what was like kind of the next step for you as an artist?
To make music.
Okay.
That was the next step. I think just because of having like the dancer mentality and having like all these like, I don't know, it's like a thing. I'm that person that's like on the dance floor. This was always me. On the dance floor dancing, and then the DJ could be bringing in a track and no one had any idea that it was coming, and I'd be like, oh shit, you know, and I'd be like, fuck, hell yeah, and people would be like, what's wrong with her? And then the song would pop off, and they'd be like, oh, okay. I've always had an ear like that. And I was like, dude, I wonder what I can create, you know, and I really want to try to make music. So I was like, why not? So that was my next step. I I got really blessed and got to work with Mark Bell of Shaboom Records and produced my first track, My City.
Okay.
And literally I was like, you know what? There's not a lot of any talk of LA as a city that represents house. So it's always Chicago, New York, Detroit, that have been like these, stamps on the map.
Yeah.
And so just to be this born and raised LA female, to put myself out there and be like, yo, we out here repping too. Like,
Word.
we have mad love for this music and the culture. Like, I was like, I should definitely put a stamp out there, so that's why I did the My City track.
My City track.
Yeah.
What was your first doll, or what was your first
Logic.
Logic was the first one?
Yeah.
Is that what you still use Logic now?
Yeah. I've tried Ableton, and everybody's like, Ableton, and I'm just like, mother effer. It's just the way. It's because of the way it looks.
Yeah.
It just kind of throws me off. I did start taking classes though for Ableton and stuff like that with a girlfriend of mine at home, and we messed around with it and stuff. But yeah, like if I want to get into the groove of things, I just use Logic.
Logic, yeah. So production, I know it takes years and years. It's a ever like evolving door and stuff like that. What was some of the tips you can give to someone kind of starting out?
That's starting out. I would say really try to find, number one, it's like, what do you want to make? Like, try to find the sound that you want to make, you know, because one of the things that did happen with me that I noticed is that I was in my head thinking like, oh, I want this sound, and then ended up creating a completely different thing.
Yeah.
And I would like not beat myself up about it, but I would just be like, damn, how do I make this? Like, fuck. And I did. For me, I was like, I'm very hands-on. So I'm like, okay, if somebody can just teach me or tell me what I need to do, and then just go from there. So just, watching as many videos and taking classes. Like, there's so many different ways now that you can do it,
Yeah.
And if I'm trying to figure out a certain beat or how to manipulate something, I can't figure it out, I just look up a video and try to do it on my own. If not, then I hit up all the homies and like, yo, how do I do this? Like, I ain't got no shame in my game.
For
like,
sure.
I think one of the biggest things that I was told was this: Juliet, you're not a band. And I was like, what the hell does that mean? Because, I was like, what? And they're like, in a band, there's musicians. Everybody plays a different instrument for a reason, so that they can all merge together and become a band and make music.
Yep.
So you're going to be good at one thing, and you're not going to be good at everything. There are people that are good at everything, right? But if you're not that person, then you need to make sure that you get your band together. And that really stuck in my head. And I was like, you know what? That's right. Like, that's where you get a mentor. That's where you reach out to certain people that you like their sound. Hey, you know what? My name is so-and-so. I'm trying to create music. Would you be willing to give me a little bit of your time to kind of tell me like how you started or what I can use? There's nothing wrong with asking.
Correct.
So I think that people don't be afraid of asking for help or, asking for some advice.
For sure.
Yeah.
So, you mentioned prior to the podcast, you mentioned like kind of creating your own events. How did the beginnings of that start?
I think it was all about creating a space where women can feel safe. And that's one of the things that in the industry, it's hard because what do you see out there? Like, you see women DJs, and either it's like they gotta like flaunt their stuff to get booked because they're pretty, or you really gotta like rep your shit and have your shit on point. And so it's always been, even then too, like, I could be wearing like a whole sweatsuit and still get asked like the most stupidest things, and that's just something that comes with a lot of like old school mentality, I feel. And I'm not trying to like shit on nobody or whatever, but like,
it is what it is.
It is what it is. Like, there's a lot of people out there, like I've had a lot of incidents already where I just had to be like, yo, I had to like have people check people, because of, being a female, like straight up, like it's not, and it sucks. But the thing is, when you have people out there that got your back and understand this whole thing, like all my mentors were like, just do your own thing. Fuck it. you know, start your own party, do your own thing, and don't worry about what anybody has to say or what they want to do or whatever. Just do your thing. So that's how Jill's House got started. I did work on other projects with other people, and I had my mentor. His name is DJ Gargamel. He took me under his wing and kind of showed me all the back end stuff, like booking stuff, the writers,
the business side of stuff.
Yes,
yeah, okay,
like all that stuff. So that was really important for me, and very helpful, with me throwing my own events later on. So that's how Jill's House came about. And the whole twist to that was a female lineup, and then once in a while bringing in, some of the guys to come in and play with the girls. Because a lot of the bills, it's backwards. It's a bunch of dudes and then one chick, or it's a bunch of dudes. So, and there's nothing wrong with that, but it's like there's so many talented, amazing females out there, and they don't get no shine. It's either, yo, you're going to open, or you're going to close. And it's like the 5 a.m. slot. Like, come on, there's a lot to it. But again, that's where it's like, if you're out there and you want to be a DJ and you're a female, make sure you have your ducks in a row and practice and get your shit straight. Like, be out there and play with the big boys. Like, get ready to play with the big boys. Like, it's not, it's not even about like competing or any of that. It's just like, it's about really representing yourself and for people to have respect, and, but have fun.
For sure. Ultimately, have fun.
Yeah,
because that translates.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But still, I mean, it's hard. It's not easy.
No,
and it's not easy for guys either. I'm not going to say that it's, so it's still a thing. So,
I understand. So you created the events, you had the lineups. What year was it like you start Jill's House?
We did Jill's House we started in 2018.
18? Okay, cool. Perfect. That's perfect. So COVID happens.
Oof.
I know, right? World is shut down,
Yeah.
What did you do during that time, either production or with Jill's House or individually, to kind of stay in the scene? Like, did you do Twitch and live stuff like that, or did you like hop on other people's Twitches?
Yeah, so it was weird because we literally just had the big day party. So we had just linked up, and we do these big parties with this crew out there called Full Circle Crew. Okay. They're the ones that throw Revival. They used to have a party called Revival every Tuesday night in Alhambra.
I think I heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it was super dope. Yeah. So it was Jill's House with Full Circle, and we had just teamed up with DJ Sneak, and we threw a New Year's Day party. Okay. And it was called Assembly. They had done one before, but this time we got involved with it, and it was really cool. It was so much fun, and we're like, dude, we can't wait. We're starting to plan summer. We're doing all kinds of things, and then pandemic hits. So we're like, fuck. Yeah. So we definitely, I remember it was in March when everything started getting shut down. Yep. And I was like, man, dude, this really sucks. But, it did help create or keep you kind of like, I feel like it kept me on my toes. So I know I had put out a mix called Common Cold when the pandemic first hit. And it was nothing house. Okay. So it was all like, just like feel good music, like a lot of things that I like to listen to. I'm a huge R&B fan. Mm-hmm. So like it was more on that feel, like just kind of like hip hop, R&B-ish, like future R&B, a little bit of like broken beat, like stuff like that, Yeah. Just to kind of like show the other side of me. Mm-hmm. It was nice to do that. Yeah. I did do live streams. I started on Facebook. There was a couple of Facebooks I did, and then I did take a huge break because I'm a new mommy again. Okay. So
congratulations.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah. So that, I mean, it literally did change. The pandemic changed my life big time. But I think that just pushing yourself to like do the live streams and stuff, that was super fun. And I did a lot of live streaming during the pandemic. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it totally helped my spirit.
One thing you just said, because I know a lot of DJs did as well, they got to play kind of music they truly liked. They weren't playing for like the crowd and stuff like that. They were kind of playing like you said, you're doing the R&B stuff, and normally you wouldn't go out and play play R&B stuff normally, like
Yeah,
house, right?
they don't know. Yeah,
Yeah, so that's a whole different side now of everyone gets kind of to see
yeah.
you in the light. So future stuff for Jill's house.
Whew.
And anything's coming up with that?
So we are having a meeting.
Okay.
We're actually having a meeting on Sunday. But
Okay.
yeah, there's a couple of things that are popping up for us, and hopefully this summer, like towards the end of the summer, we'll be able to throw or have our first event back.
Yeah.
So there's that. There's word of even spreading the collective to having a second chapter.
Okay.
And we did change the name, so it's not Jill's House anymore. It's Jackin Jills.
Okay.
So there's just there was a lot of change during the pandemic, but so yeah, we're looking forward to, like, you know, doing our thing and definitely playing. Like, I started playing. We just got back on, and I'm like, whoa! It's like, you know, there's a lot of stuff going on. I'm down here in San Diego a lot right now.
So for everybody, the first time I saw her play was at Bang Bang. You opened up for Paul Johnson, right?
Yeah.
And I walked in maybe like an hour later, and that shit was jumping. I said, "Yo, who the fuck is right here on stage right now?" And then I was talk to my girlfriend about. I was like, "Yo, we gotta have her on a podcast." So I had to reach out, like, because one, you were playing like Jackin House that night, and I'm a fan. That's kind of my shit. So I was like, "Yo, sign up, let's go." For sure. It was a fire set. It was a fire night. The room was jumping. So yes, tonight you are playing event special alert right now. You're playing an event down in San Diego. We're gonna videotape you live. The set's gonna be, I'm sure, gonna be fire. So what can we expect from that tonight?
I feel like it's gonna be a little bit of everything.
Okay.
My house roots are definitely soulful. So it's, I mean, dance wise, it's, you know, the hard stuff and all that other stuff. But like playing wise, like it's about, for me, it's emotional. So it's super, like, I'm a super soulful head. Mm-hmm. But I love everything, you know. So some people don't get it. Some people do. But yeah,
we're gonna see it here tonight for sure. Okay, so I hate to end this, but we gotta rush. We gotta go. She got to get get on stage in a little bit. So to let everybody know where they can find you, like IG and SoundCloud and
you guys can find me on almost anything. Juliet Mendoza on Facebook, Juliet _ Mendoza on IG. Mm-hmm. My SoundCloud and Mixcloud are Juliet Mendoza as well. Let's see where else. You can find me on Twitter, Juliet Mendoza. Okay. But yeah, that's
one last thing. Do you just had a release?
Yes.
When that was a couple days ago, right?
You can find that. It came out last weekend on Dusk Recordings. So DUSK, Dusk. Okay. And that's on Bandcamp. Okay. And that's a whole, like, dude, it's an LA Love comp, like, straight up. Yeah. Like, it's pretty nice. Yeah. Or California Love, I think they're calling it, or something like that. Because they got some nice folks on there. Yeah. Yeah. They got, I think it's California, because they got, like, Dave Aju on there, John Tejada. They got the Surround Girls from LA, like Jenny Love and Masha and Heidi on there. And, like, yeah, it was really cool to just be on there and play with all these people. Hell yeah.
Well, thank you for coming down from LA. Let's fucking get it. Let's get this set.
Thank you.
Peace. Awesome. That was good.
Will you shake, share my thing? Here to stay. Why you make me wait? I won't change the deal if you keep it still. I'm all you got. 'Cause I'm what you're not. Yes, I'm all you see. So stop spending on me. Two toes, I hit clear. Your dues engineered. I tried to break it down, but you won't come around. No use, change lanes, force me to refrain. No, I'm got a lot, can't waste what I got. I'm all you got, 'cause I'm what you're not. Yes, I'm all you see, so stop spending on me.
enough to calm your storm. She's coming to you. Don't be afraid. You were created to do great things. And they're waiting on you. Motivation, escalation, relaxation. It's out there for you.
Every little thing your heart desires, but you need to set your soul on fire. It's coming for you. It's coming for you.
Dance to the rhythm of your own drum. Know that the best is yet to come. And it's out here for you.
But especially going out to all the voluptuous ladies in the building. Come on.
You're my beauty angel. Girl, I love the way you walk away. And the way you make your booty bounce. And the way you make your booty sway. You're my beauty angel. Girl, I love the way you walk away. And the way you make your booty bounce. And the way you make your booty sway.
So delicious. Every day you look so vicious. Maybe I should be suspicious. Never mind that, I'ma mind my business. For you, I would try some newness. Strap me up, beat me down to blue skin. Like the candles, bring the cool whip. Locking all the doors, we about to do this. You the type of girl that I see on the movie screen that'll make me scream. You the type of girl that I see on the movie screen that'll make me scream. Ass so fat and the booty so wide. 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 Girl, so voluptuous, she make me wanna cry. Girl, so voluptuous, she make me wanna cry. I look at her and she look at me. I look at her and she look at me. I look at her and she look at me. And I don't know what she's seeing, but I hope she see it all night. I wanna see her work it, work it. 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 Work it to the left, work it to the right, work it to the down, work it around, work it to the left, work it to the right, work it to the down, work it to the wide. That's so fat and the booty so wide. That's so fat and the booty so wide. That's so fat and the booty so wide.
Last night I had the time of Oh, baby. Don't wanna waste my time. Gotta keep it special for you. Take a good look at me now. 'Cause I won't be alone. What am I here for? Let me know so I can run out. Yeah. What am I here for? I don't know. Walking through the streets, I'm walking. I can't wait to see my baby. Yeah, yeah. Laughing, acting, trying to make it what I'm chasing. Just might get there. Oh, oh. Waiting, waiting, feeling crazy. Oh, 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 what a joy you bring. I can't wait to get out there and let my soul free. What am I here for? I can't waste my time talking to you about simple rhymes. What's the reason I've changed my time? Destiny is on my mind. Hold on, hold on, hold on. So what you got in your hand? Try to fight the good fight, yeah. Trying to